going on, people? This is another episode of the MMA Complex, and my name is Josh.
And I'm James.
What's going on, man?
Good. It's a late night.
Late night session.
Yeah. Today's January 25th. It's about what? It's like 11:30
It's almost midnight.
p.m.
We're
Yeah, so
approaching
we're doing
midnight. We're doing a late night session
night.
tonight.
But yeah, doing good, man. Glad to be back. Kind of miss the whole hectic week that we had last week. It was kind of fun, but
it was great. Yeah, we had a Bellator 192 was last weekend.
Yeah, especially going home and going to work. It's like, oh my god, back to reality.
I know.
Because like we feel important for that one night, a couple of nights, and then
Yeah, it was a great time, man. Like it really was. That whole week was cool. Going to the different media events. It was nice getting back into the swing of things again. Great way to start off the new year. And then the night was just great. I mean, we had so much fun just seeing everybody, like all our friends from the media. We're all covering the same event. Some of the same fighters, that we become friends with over the years. As they were there. You know what I mean? Shout out to Elima and also Steve Cazzola, who's fighting tomorrow at Bellator 183. And yeah, so all that, we got to see a lot of people, a lot of cool stuff, man. It was great.
And we got to be on the Bellator Snapchat, which is pretty awesome.
Bellator Snapchat, that was cool. Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah, man. What was your favorite part of the night, though?
Honestly, just watching the fights.
Right? It was, huh? Just being there again, like just
everything else is like
because we haven't done like a big event. Like last year was pretty dry. Like we had small events.
It was EBI last year,
and it was mostly just EBI. A lot of the like Glory, Invicta, I mean Bellator. A lot of the promotions were not near our area, so it's not easy for us to get out and travel. So
right.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. Good time. I enjoyed the night. It was fun. Fights are great.
Yeah.
Fight of the night.
Roy McDonald and Douglas Lima.
Yeah,
by far.
By far. But even the main event with Chael Sonnen and Rampage was fun. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, Chael looked good, but then again, he was fighting a very old Rampage, so
yeah,
I think it was anybody else. But I was thinking, can you imagine if well, this is a pretty good possibility, but if Frank Mir beats Fedor in the next round, in the next fight, and it'll be Chael versus Frank Mir, and Frank Mir looked huge Saturday night. Imagine those two guys in the same cage. It'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy. It'd be interesting. There was that, and then you had Chael looked great. He really did. Like his footwork, his stand up, his wrestling. I mean, he spent a lot of time on the feet, longer than I think most people expected him to. But I mean, he looked pretty good. I think he looked really good.
Yeah, no, he did.
Performance-wise, he was landing a lot of shots on Rampage. If he had more power, I think he would have probably put Rampage out just based on the shots he was landing.
But Rampage is he was slow. He was very slow.
Rampage is very slow.
He came in very I think 250. He was really heavy.
Very heavy.
You can tell that he was not in the best shape.
Yeah, not in the best shape. He looked really slow. He got gassed out pretty early. But kind of Chael Sonnen looked like he was kind of just getting a workout, getting his groove back. I think in a lot of ways. And I think I'm excited that he moved on to the next round. I think he'll make a lot of interesting fights,
especially with him and Fedor.
Yeah,
only because they're similar in size, and they kind of Chael kind of made up his own heat with Fedor.
Yeah,
back when Chael was gonna fight Evangelist.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see Fedor, Chael. That'll be interesting. Even Chael versus
because it'll be the complete opposite, extreme opposite of each other.
Yeah. Interesting to see Fedor, huh? For the first in person.
I know. That was
that was really cool.
It was like I felt like a teenage girl seeing the Backstreet Boys in person.
Yeah.
I mean, I was.
People would see him and just like be in awe, and they'd have to stare at him as he walks by. Yeah. No one wanted to approach him that much.
No, we missed a finish because we were all staring at Fedor.
Yeah. It was a good time, man. I really enjoyed it. Roy McDonald, definitely for sure. That was such a great fight. Had that big hematoma on his shin, looked nasty. It was a big I think miss for Douglas Lima not to capitalize on that. I mean, Like he didn't go hard at all on that. It was very obvious his leg was injured.
Yeah.
Didn't push it. Didn't go for that leg. Um, when he got taken down numerous times, but Douglas Lima didn't really fight to get back up,
Mm-mm.
which was a big issue. I think it cost him the fight. He be in guard, and then that was it. He just
Yeah.
stayed in guard most of the time and didn't work to get back up. Oop, mic trouble. Bend it back even further.
No, that's fine. I'll just
It's gonna fall again. It's gonna fall again.
I'll do this.
Yeah. So, uh, yeah. No, I thought he didn't perform. I think to his best in that fight. I think he stuck in the guard way too much. Didn't work to get back up. And you're in a title fight. Get back up. Risk a position to at least fight to get back up. And
Mm.
didn't do much. Didn't attack the leg when Roy was hurt. And I mean, I think he blew it in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Sucks because he's such a cool guy, really nice guy, and a great champion, great fighter.
Yeah, I think everyone's like really high on John McCarthy. I mean, I didn't hear the broadcast, so
Yeah, yeah,
I
I didn't hear the
couldn't
broadcast
I
either.
didn't put his in-ring interviews. You can barely hear him saying anything.
Yeah,
It's the
but
worst. He's the worst in-ring interviewer I've seen in MMA.
really,
Yeah,
no, I've seen worse. I've seen. I don't
only
want to
because I
name names, but I've seen
I
worse.
didn't hear anything he said. You can
Well,
barely even on the broadcast. If you go on the YouTube channel and you listen to his interview, you can barely hear him.
yeah, I think a part of it, he was holding the mic too far away from his face, and it just seemed like
He looked awkward. He
he
looked
would move
really
it a lot.
awkward.
Yeah, I don't think he was that bad. I don't think he was that
Yeah,
bad. No, I think he would
it's one of the
I
worst.
think he's gonna be he should I think he's gonna get better, and I don't think it was the best I've ever seen. Um,
He's one of the worst.
yeah,
Not the worst, but one of the worst I've seen.
really?
As
No,
far as in-ring interview, yeah,
yeah. Uh,
not the worst, but one of the
I've
worst.
seen worse, but I don't want to name names, but I've seen worse.
Just say
I've
it. I
seen
mean,
worse.
I doubt anybody even watches our show, so go ahead and just say it.
No, but they're people that we come in contact with
Oh,
often.
okay,
Yeah, so I don't want to say
okay.
it. Yeah. Um, but
I'll say
yeah,
the girl from Invicta is pretty bad too.
that's what I don't want to say. That's one of them. But although she's I forgot her name, but she's in a lot of the UFC broadcasts now,
Mhm.
which to her credit, I would say she's gotten better
Yeah,
with her stuff. I think she's gotten better. Um, but there are people out there. I think for John McCarthy, I didn't hear the broadcast in terms of his commentary. I'm sure he did fine. In ring, the only criticism I really had was where his mic placement. It was like sometimes too low to where you couldn't hear everything. But when I went and saw some of the broadcast clips, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, as it was hearing it in the arena. So I give him like a B plus B. I give him a solid B, just from what I've seen. But I didn't really see the whole thing. So I mean, but from what I hear, I think he did fine. A lot of people thought he did okay. Especially one of his first times. He's only done a few, but first in a long time. So you had that event, and then you had UFC 220 the same night. Great night of fights. At least co-main and main event. Um, just from those top two performances, what did you think about the champs and the fact that they defended their belts?
the fight wasn't the best fight. I think the first round was. I went back and watched it
Yeah,
on YouTube. This guy posted it. The first round, I was like, oh my god. I mean, I knew it wasn't happening, but it was a scary round.
yeah,
Then I think in the third or fourth, I think only like 5 punches were thrown.
yeah,
That was that kind of fight. But Stipe is a smart fighter. He did what he had to do to win, and I consider him the greatest heavyweight just because of who he's beaten.
yeah. I would say so too. I mean, um, yeah, he did everything that I think people expected him or thought he was capable of,
No.
and it kind of worked out. Normally, it doesn't. Like we're like a a, a skilled veteran, gets beaten by a newcomer, and that the strength of that newcomer a lot of times wins, or whatever it may be, but it doesn't always happen that the veteran who's skilled in all areas wins. But this time like he went in there and everybody thought like, oh yes, his skills, his experience should take him over and get him that win, and it actually did. And then he pulled it out. He showed that Francis was beatable. broke the, now people are like knocking Francis, like he's like, you know, complete opposite of how they're building him up before. It's crazy
Yeah, I mean, the UFC had to do what they had to do. I mean,
to
I
promote him.
mean, any promotion should promote the contender to sell to make the heavyweight title legit.
Yeah,
Like you have to you know talk up the contender. But I think the only thing that's stopping Stipe from being a superstar is himself, and
I think,
he's not very media friendly. He's not brash at all. He doesn't he seems like he doesn't care a lot of times.
yeah,
He's just there to pick up fights. And yeah, I mean it's good to be a humble champion and be a humble person, but you gotta throw some spaz into your
mm-hmm,
game to
mm-hmm.
people for people to care. And I think where he's at right now is probably his peak, unless he changes
His attitude
his
towards
attitude towards
promotion. Hmm.
promoting himself.
I think so too. I'm like, yeah, like I get why he would be upset and the fact that they're promoting Nagano so much and they're hyping him up. But I mean, you can't just not see Nagano's last few fights and be like, oh shit, this guy's pretty scary.
Mhm.
Um,
Even though Stipe did the exact same thing to his
yeah,
opponents.
even though Stipe did same exact opponents, whatever, but but it's like I can see why he could be upset or he was upset, but it's also the fact that he doesn't play his side of he doesn't lift up to his side of the bargain.
Yeah, but I think he was more upset not because they were promoting Francis more. I think he was upset about his pay and what he was making in his
Hmm.
contract. That was more the issue than
Hmm.
the promotion, because I think he knew that the reason why the UFC was, I mean, the UFC has to promote the contender
Yeah,
to kind of hype up, and it was good because if you promote the contender more, the champion looks better in the end.
yeah, and he did, and it
Yeah,
worked out in his favor. It worked out for him,
yeah.
I think,
So
and a lot of people saw his fight. More people saw his fight than they would have if his opponent wasn't hyped up.
yeah, and I think Stipe was upset because Overeem got more money than him when they fought each other, and I think JDS as well, and that problem
Yeah,
was never fixed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that too, but I mean, it's also negotiations, contract
Hmm.
negotiations. It's also the fact that Alistair and all those guys really promote themselves a lot. They're
Yeah,
big names.
yeah. Stipe needs to like end the whole like, oh, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
Yeah, no, you can't, man. You
You
can't.
can't
Not
do
in this
that.
era. You got to promote
You
yourself.
gotta like talk, but
Yeah, you got to get out there. You got to promote yourself. You got to do the media runs. You got.
some guys want. I put DJ in that same category. Although DJ has kind of
He's
stepped up
gotten a
his
lot
game,
better. Yeah, he's gotten a lot better.
but
I,
he's the same way.
I think it took DJ a long time, but I
I
think he's at that point
I
now
think it
where,
took DJ from. I think the UFC disrespecting DJ is what got DJ fired up.
yeah, yeah, and it took him a long time to get around to doing it. But I think a lot of people.
But still, I think he's still not as where he should be,
No, he's not a household name at all.
considering what he's done in the sport.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
a lot more people show no, like the more of the casuals should definitely know more about him, and they don't. But you
yeah.
think of like the casuals, and most of them don't know a lot of fighters anyway. I mean, Connor, Ronda,
I think the casuals just know like Nate Diaz, Connor,
Nate
Ronda.
Diaz. I mean, that's it, really. I don't even know if casuals are really gonna appreciate Mighty Mouse as much as real MMA fans will. But with Demetrius and like Cormier and all them, it took even MMA fans to really even warm up to those guys a long fucking time. And I think that's
Yeah,
part of it. I think it
because you
means
have to
more.
like people need to care
Yeah,
for them to cheer you on. And
yeah,
if you're giving like stale answers like the way Stevie does, it's not going to
yeah,
get you anywhere.
yeah. And I don't even know how much like the MMA community really is like clamoring to see Stipe fight all that much. You know what I mean? Like or like because they know that he doesn't.
And it's a shame because he's the heavyweight champion, the champion.
Yeah,
Like you look at the whole MMA or even in boxing. Traditionally, in boxing, the heavyweight championship is the most
yeah,
valued championship bout, and it should be the same with MMA. And it's funny because you look at Bellator and the UFC, and like their heavyweight bouts don't mean as much as they should be.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the only thing I think with Stipe. It's like he can really be big, and I think he should. Um,
He's his own worst enemy for sure.
but he's his own right at this point. He's his own worst enemy. Yeah, for sure. He doesn't do the promotion, nothing.
Hmm.
Um, so you have, with Cormier winning, Stipe winning, their divisions are pretty much cleared out. There's really nothing.
Especially for DC.
Yeah, especially for DC, and even Stipe. That I mean, he's beating most of the contenders, or they're going to be rematches mostly now. Um, I don't know. It's where do they go from here? You see a couple of future contenders for Cormier. There's talks of John Jones coming back sooner than we thought. There's talks of Gustafson potential maybe down the road. Um, but aside from that, there's no one for DC. And then Stipe, you have maybe Kane returning sometime this year. But I don't even think Kane deserves a title shot right away.
No,
So
but he'll get one.
so yeah, I mean I think so too. People are saying that no, Cormier versus no, Kane versus Fabricio I think would be a good one. Which
Yeah, I
if they can
mean,
make it, I
if they
think
can
that I
make
would like
it,
to see that one.
yeah, because they never got that chill fight resolved.
Yeah, I would like to see that one if they can make it. But people Dana's coming out saying that Stipe and Cormier is a fight that they're gonna try to make. Do you like it?
Not really. I kind of want to see those guys separate, but at the same time, if DC can beat Stipe, it'll make the fans forget about what happened with him and Jones, and it'll make him probably the pound for pound greatest fighter. Only because he'll be a two-world champion,
Hmm.
he'll be a heavyweight champion, and he'll be the light heavyweight champion, and the stuff that he's done at light heavyweight at his age, and I think it'll be hard to deny it. And I think
Yeah.
fans will kind of forget about him and John Jones if he does that, and it'll just cement his legacy even more. But on the flip coin, I just want to see those two guys separate. And I think if Kane does come back, I don't think DC wants to even entertain that fight because of his teammate, potentially winning the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, yeah. With Kane, yeah. But Kane is straight up in the he's in the air. Who knows what's gonna happen with
No, he's
Kane?
in the air, but if he's telling DC is going to come back, DC's not going to entertain that fight.
No, no. I would like to see DC. Well, DC says he's gonna retire soon. I would like to
29.
see DC make a run at heavyweight. I mean, he's done that back in Strikeforce days, so
Yeah.
he's used to it. He's fought a lot of those guys already. I think he'll do a good job. I think he could easily be a two division champ. Um, I think Stipe is definitely a tough guy, but you know, Cormier is no joke. Cormier has fought at heavyweight before, and he has the skills to make it a tough fight for Stipe.
Hmm.
Um, now I
I
wouldn't
don't.
mind seeing it.
I don't see DC beating Stevie though.
You don't see DCC beating Stipe? No,
Mm. I
I
I
think
see DC gets knocked out.
really, yeah,
Yeah. Have you seen those two guys next to each other? Oh my god,
yeah,
the
yeah,
size
yeah.
difference, and then when
But size has never really mattered to
no,
DC.
it doesn't. But when if DC or Stevie is on top of DC, that's a different story.
Like DC's a small guy, small for even light heavyweight. He's a small
Hmm.
guy. I don't know.
He is small, but the size, it's too much size for Stipe. If
Yeah,
Stipe lands that shot, like you see when John Jones did in DC,
yeah.
imagine if Stipe does the same thing to him, it'd be over.
I think it's 50-50. I think it's 50-50. I think it's tough. It's tough to like, especially now. It's even harder to bet against Stipe. Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
think it's a tough. I think it
I
could
mean,
go either way.
I bet you if Francis hits DC, DC wouldn't be standing like Stipe would be standing.
Oh, but
Still standing.
Fran, no, no. Well, I don't know. He takes a good shot. I don't even know if Francis would be able to land. I mean, he took Anthony Johnson
It took like what
hard shot.
John Jones is not known for his power, and he knocked him DC out cold.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Stipe and Francis have way more power. John Jones isn't considered a power puncher.
yeah. But I think with DC, I think it was a accumulation of punches for with John Jones. I think it wasn't like one shot power. You know what I'm saying? Like with Anthony Johnson's one shot power, and he took that. I'd say it's 50-50. I think DC has a very good chance of beating Stipe, especially like that. just the his wrestling, his pace. It's a tough fight, and I think I wouldn't doubt Stipe wins. I could see that definitely being I think it's 50-50.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I think. What about John Jones versus Stipe?
I think John Jones beats him.
Yeah, it's because of size.
No, I don't know. No, Stipe. I don't know. I don't see anybody beating Stipe
Yeah,
right now.
really? Yeah,
Yeah, even a John Jones.
even John Jones. I would say DC has a better chance. I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough, and those fights could happen.
Yeah,
It's not like these are far fetched fights. I think they could easily happen. It'll be interesting. It'll be
I
interesting,
mean
man.
Stipe's boxing is really good.
His boxing's really
His
good.
wrestling defense is even better,
Yeah, he's a big guy.
and he hits
Um,
hard.
but I think with John Jones, he's probably even as taller than Stipe.
We haven't seen John Jones get like like how
He's
would
eating
react
shots.
if he eats a punch from a big guy like Stipe. What's gonna happen to John Jones? We don't know.
Yeah.
That's a John Jones is coming off a long layoff.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't go straight to fighting Stipe. No, I would go John Jones, get a fight in,
I
and
don't
then
know. I don't. I saw out of the three. Out of the two.
yeah, I
I
think
just think Stipe beats them both. I think he beats. I think his tougher fight between the two would be John Jones. I think John Jones would be a tougher fight. I think with
because he's
DC.
unpredictable
Yeah,
and
I
the
think with
size.
Stipe. Well, I mean with DC. I think there's no way in hell DC beats Stipe.
Oh no way, dude! I think DC is he's fought at heavyweight before. He's tossed guys like Josh Barnett over his head. I think he could easily beat
Yeah, but
Stipe.
Barnett versus Stipe, that's a complete different skill set.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're talking about size and skill set, I don't doubt DC's
No,
skill set
but
at all.
I'm saying Stipe wouldn't put himself in that position.
Like,
And
or
Josh
Stipe
Barnett,
won't put himself in that position.
yeah, to do that.
No, no. But
So I don't see that scenario even happening.
it's. I mean, those are both accomplished ground fighters. So I don't know. Like even with Dan Henderson, he tossed Dan Henderson, who was obviously like somewhat similar size to
Yeah,
DC.
and both guys were past their prime as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, I get DC's like Stipe is a tough fight, but I think John Jones and DC have a very good chance of beating Stipe for different reasons. John Jones' size and creativity, and he's equal, in size almost, if not bigger. And DC because he's size really doesn't matter for DC, and his skill set is like top level, and he's fought at heavyweight before.
Hmm.
So I think there's a good chance. I'm not saying it's a for sure chance, but I think there's a good chance.
Hmm.
So I think it's 50-50. I can see it happening. So let's see. Nate Diaz is hinting that he's going to return end of May or sometime in May, June. What do you think? Who would you like to see him fight against? And do you think he's saying he's bored? Blah, blah, blah. It's just something on Instagram that he put up. You excited to see him come back?
Um, yeah, I think the fight that makes sense is him and Connor.
Yeah.
I think anything else doesn't make sense at all. I don't want to see him in a title fight because he didn't deserve it. And I think the champion would beat Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's a top 10 at best.
Yeah.
So I think the UFC wants him obviously for drawing power, but I'm like whatever about it.
Yeah.
I think the fight that I want to see is him and Nate. I mean him and Connor. Anything else doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I don't see them making that fight, the Connor fight. I mean, obviously Connor has a lot of weight
If
division
Connor was smart,
obligations.
he'd pick Nate. He's the guy. If he's gonna be any of the three guys that are after him, it's gonna be Nate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. I think money wise and competition wise, I think it's a better matchup. Um, I think Nate, I would definitely only. I know he's not a top five guy right now. I don't know if he would ever be a top five guy. I don't see him doing well against the top five. Um, I think he'll have his hands full with guys in the top 10. Um, but he would have to pick and choose his opponents wisely. People that have decent names or good names in sport, and then people would pay to see him, watch him, put him on Big Fox.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to tune in. Nate Diaz is fighting. You know what I mean? Get him against somebody that has a decent name.
But I don't think the UFC is gonna let him fight on free television.
Probably not. They'll probably put him on pay
They're
per
gonna
view.
they're gonna need him for
Yeah,
review buys.
because you can put him on a headline on a pay per view, and it would sell, and you can put him up against a good matchup. Maybe not somebody in the top five, but somebody in top 10, top 15 that has a decent name. I think people would pay to see it, and I think he'll do good. It depends on what he's thinking. Does he want to just have competition, or does he want only the biggest fights out there? Like
He wants the biggest fight because he wants to get paid.
that's it.
He's not gonna go through a training camp just to fight
And
a number 6 guy, number 7 guy. There's no way in hell Nate Diaz gonna fight those kind of fights.
that yeah. So then I don't know how.
He's in there for big fight money fights.
Yeah, but then those big money fights are against big, against top notch competition, and I don't think he does well against those guys.
I mean,
And
I don't think he cares at this point.
yeah,
I think he just wants to get paid.
he just wants to get paid. Yeah, yeah. I
Because
mean,
if he cared, then he'd be fighting those number 5 guy, number 6
it'd
guys.
be interesting to see him against like a Tony Ferguson or something like that, huh? Nate
Mhm.
Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
I think Khabib will probably just ragdoll him. But him against Tony would be fun.
yeah.
Um, let me see who else. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, but I doubt if he's gonna fight a top 10 guy, top 15 guy. Yeah, it's gonna. It depends on what his mindset is. Does he just, I don't know. I mean, he didn't really talk about it too much. He just wants to come back to competition. But it depends on if he wants to really get back into competition, or is he just gonna fight the top 5 guys, and that's tough. You got Khabib, you got Ferguson. It's not easy. I'm excited to see him come back. At least one Diaz brother in the mix is always interesting, and he's a big draw. Put him wherever. I like it. I don't. I think he's got to pick his matchups wisely because he loses. It's going to be a tough. Maintaining that popularity.
Hmm.
Um, this weekend, big fights this weekend. A lot of them. You have one championship, 68. That's tomorrow. Early
Yeah,
morning.
like 3 in the
Tonight,
morning, right?
basically tonight, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Good card right there. Online pay per view. Onechampionship.com. Yeah, Bellator 193 tomorrow,
Which you'll be at.
which I'll be there. If anybody's attending, say what's up. Say hi. That's Larkin versus Gonzalez.
Mm.
And you have Jacare Brunson 2 this weekend also. So just to touch on Bellator 183 for tomorrow, you have on the main card Steve Cozzola. Shout out to him versus Jake Smith. That's kicking off the main card. I'm going with Steve Cozzola, friend of the
Yeah,
show,
I mean,
former guest,
yeah. I
and
said it was up to us.
and a very good fighter. Very, very good fighter. Finished his fight very early his last outing. Kendall Grove versus AJ Matthews.
I
Great
like
fight right
Kendall
there.
Grove.
You like Kendall Grove?
Yeah.
Probably I'll go with AJ Matthews. But Kendall's great. He's been doing pretty good over in Bellator. JJ Ambrose versus Sadawad. Who do you have?
I'll skip on that one.
You skip that one. All right. I'll probably go with Sadawad. I think he needs a win. I don't think he wanted the last one. And then Lorenz Larkin, Fernando Gonzalez.
Larkin.
Larkin. I'm gonna go with Larkin. I think it's a 180-pound catch weight, which is very interesting. It's gonna be this fight is at Pachanga. I've never been to Pachanga. Close by casino, about an hour 20 out from the LA area. It's gonna be a good card right there. I'm excited for it. Another Bellator event this tomorrow on the Paramount Network. No more Spike.
Yeah.
And then you have UFC on Fox 27. You also have LFA on Access TV. Make sure you catch that. That's tomorrow also. But Jacare Brunson 2. Yeah, not a great card. We're talking about this card. It's like it's whatever.
No, it sucks.
It kind of does. I mean, the headlining, you have Bobby Green versus
Oh,
Eric Koch.
yeah. Oh, was that the cold headline?
That's a
You know, speaking
no
of cold headlines, there's a cold headline fight coming up that it's like, what is it? It's a title fight. Who's coming up? Like a championship boys, like a pay per view. There's a
I don't
preview
know.
coming up I think at the main events, Andre Arlovsky and
Stefan Struve.
yeah, they met on the poster. That's sad.
That's not a good one. Which this fight, I didn't even realize. But you brought it to my attention. It's actually on Big Fox.
Yeah, it's on Fox 11.
Fox 11 in LA. Yes, it's Fox 11.
Oh, Fox, yeah. But do you think this is bad? The next one's gonna be even worse.
Yeah.
The next Big Fox is gonna be even worse than this card right here.
And this card is getting no attention. Like I didn't even know it was on Big Fox.
Yeah.
Frank Camacho, Drew Dober, Gregor Gillespie, Jordan Rinaldi. I mean, the co-main event, Dennis Bermudez, Andre Fili. That's not bad. That's an interesting fight.
It's
not a co-main event.
It's a prelim fight.
Yeah,
at best.
Not a co-main event. The headliner for the prelims on FS1 are Bobby Green and Eric Koch. I like that one.
I like Brian Green, by the way.
Bobby Green?
Bobby Green.
Yeah, I like him too. Yeah, Eric Koch. Eric Koch was like riding a very high. He was getting up there, and then I don't know where he just disappeared. Okay, we'll just touch on the main event or co-main event: Bermudez versus Andre Fili. Who do you like?
Andre
Fili. I'll go Bermudez. I think he's too much for Andre. But Andre Fili's great. Team alpha male, all that. Jacare, Derek Brunson.
Jacare.
This is an interesting one. I'm gonna go with Jacare also. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jacare. But Derek Brunson's tough, man. He's a handful.
No, he is.
He beat Machida this last outing. Even when he fought Whitaker, I mean Whitaker, like he had a
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Brunson's no joke. That main event's an interesting one. I'm really excited for that one. That's gonna be a really interesting fight right there. You got the ground specialist against a wild stand-up fighter who's got some wrestling. Interesting. So that's our show. That's the cards for this weekend. There's a lot of MMA. Remember Bellator 193 tomorrow, Paramount Network. I'll be there in attendance. You see me, say what's up. Follow the MMA Complex on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all that. We're gonna be putting all that stuff out there. A lot of social media stuff. Twitter, you got the play-by-plays. They'll be up too. And that's it. Go to themmacomplex.com for everything MMA Complex. Basically, yeah. Follow us on social. And then we'll see you guys next week. Till then, later on. See ya.